Okay, I want to talk to you about a way of seeing the world, something I call the creative philosophy that has made my life so much more enjoyable. And it's also just made things make sense. Like, no matter what religious or spiritual or scientific perspective I look at on the meaning of life, what I'm supposed to be doing, all that kind of stuff, it all just makes sense when I look at it with this frame of mind. And so I just want to share with you my view of the world when it comes to this, what I call creative living, and just try to give you what I think are some important things to live a creative life. So, the first thing I want to talk about is the importance of shifting your paradigm from a consumer to a creator. I think in the world that we live in today, it's just so normal to be a consumer, to sit on the other end and watch videos, to scroll on your phone on TikTok, or, you know, God forbid you're watching porn or something horrible like that, right? Um, I just think the world has normalized consumption, and not in like a good way either, right? Like there's beneficial consumption. Like if I'm eating healthy food, I'm still consuming something, right? But I think if you look at it from a very macro perspective, what kind of paradigm is the world in? Everyone's looking for the next reality TV show or TikTok that's going to give them a hit of dopamine. Or they're searching for some sugar or some other ingredient in their food that they want. It's like everyone is just in this constant phase of consuming, searching for something, trying to take in something from the world to make them happy. But that's not how you become happy. You don't take things from the world to be happy. To be happy, you give things to the world. That's the creative paradigm, at least how I think about it. Most people are trying to look around in the world for what the world can give them. Like, what can the world offer me? How can the world make me happy, cater to my needs, all those kinds of things. But when you become creative, it's different. You think about, what can I give the world? What can I uniquely offer everyone else? That simple paradigm shift changes everything about your life. You go from watching videos to making videos. And I'm not saying that's what you have to do, but again, macro perspective, you go from being a consumer to a creator. Whether your creation is an art form like music or videos or painting or something, or it's a business or some sort of family relationship endeavor, like we're all artists, we're all creators at the end of the day. We're creating something, we're bringing something new into the world. That's what it means to create. And so the more that you can identify with your identity of a creator, and the fact that you create, you don't consume, you're not a consumer. The definition of consume is destroy. When I think about that, it makes things make sense, right? Like, no wonder when I sit there consuming videos, I destroy my brain. No wonder when I consume the alcohol or the bad food, I'm destroying my health. It's by definition the same thing. For some reason, I never made that connection. So the first thing when you want to identify with this creative life, creative philosophy that I'm talking about, is shifting from consumer to creator. You have to shift your paradigm. The way that you see the world has to change. You can't look around asking the world what it can give you. You have to ask what you can give the world. And I know that these are vague concepts, but honestly, like, the most profound knowledge is found in the vague. There's a reason that like the Bible and the Quran and the Bhagavad Gita and any like spiritual doctrine you read is vague, it's ambiguous. I think there's a reason for that. Like, it's because knowledge is found in ambiguity. Like, there are certain things you just can't explain. They can only be intuited, understood, you know what I mean? So that's the first phase, becoming a creator, shifting from consumer to creator. The second phase is when you start to obsess over that creation, over creating what I like to call like a masterpiece. Like, the second phase is defined by obsessing over the thing you're creating, trying to make it the best that it possibly can be. The great art of the world, the Sistine Chapel, Star Wars, Harry Potter, the Statue of David. Like, there are things that humans created that are incredible, like masterpiece works of not just art, but massive businesses. I look at Apple, like this massive work of art. I think we're all here to create something like that. And so once you realize in that first phase of shifting from consumer to creator that you are a creator, the second phase is defined by realizing that you're supposed to give all of yourself to making the thing that you're here to create the best that it can possibly be. Like, your job is to obsess over every detail so that you can create the most incredible work of art that you can. The reason that you get in shape and improve your focus and clarity and all these things is so that you can create a masterpiece. When you come at it from that frame of I want to give my greatest gift to the world, I want to give my soul to create a masterpiece, obviously the thing that you're going to make is going to be better, right? All of this kind of ties together, but the kind of looking at it from a top level perspective, again, like the creative philosophy, creative life that I'm talking about, its core, its essential message is that we are all here to create, right? First phase, realize you're a creator. Second phase, give all of yourself to creating that thing. Like, I could talk about this for a really long time. How do you optimize flow states and focus and productivity to give that gift to the world as best as possible? And I want to make videos about that, and I'll explain that more in depth. But phase one, phase two, what's phase three, right? I think that is where the social element comes in, connecting with other artists and creators and getting their ideas. You know, they always say that art is never anything new. It's just a collection of things that you've taken from other people. I think the best creations are built upon the ideas of others. We couldn't sit here and say that Steve Jobs was the only person that ever thought about a smartphone, but he's the one who brought it into the world based off of the inventions and creations of other people. Einstein's got a great quote, like, we stand on the shoulders of the giants that stood before us. And so I think the third phase is defined by connecting with those giants, with those inspirations, whether they be friends and people in your life today, or like looking back over time and over history at the great artists and creators and modeling your life after them. I just think there's so much to be learned from other people when it comes to creating good art. I don't like the idea of being like the artist locked in his room, never talking to other people. The only way that an art or business or whatever it is that you're looking at creating can be appreciated is by other people. Like, without other people, there would be no one to appreciate our art. So that is where the third phase comes in, of connecting with other people and just getting inspired by the giants that stood before you. I know I might have been all over the place in this video, but this philosophy, what I just talked about, constitutes genuinely like 5 years of all of my life looking into this. I just felt really lost as a young adult. Like, I didn't really know my place in the world, as everyone who was a young adult. But rather than just like throwing myself out there into parties and this thing and that thing, I spent my time sitting in my room reading, researching like different ways of seeing the world, finding what fit for me and kind of piecing them together. I feel like I have a fairly unique view of the world, and I just want to share that. I think this creative philosophy, I think it's something. Like, I think this is something that the world can grab onto. Stop being a consumer and be a creator. Give all of yourself to that creation and connect with other creators so that you can gain inspiration to make that thing that you're trying to give your soul to better. I think there's something there. And I want to talk about that as much as I possibly can, detail every nuanced idea that I've come across and thought of when it comes to this stuff, because it genuinely is my passion. Like, the way that you see the world is important. Like it's more than a passion, right? It's the way you see the world. When the way you see the world is questioned, it changes everything for you. I remember a time when my view of the world, my paradigm, was questioned and changed. And I can pinpoint that time in my life. I think continuing that paradigm shift movement to other people and shifting their paradigm, giving them that aha moment that I had at one point in time, that is what I really, really want to do. And that's what these videos are going to be about. It took me a little bit of time to figure out topics and formats and all that kind of stuff. I knew I wanted to talk about this in some way or form or shape, but I think I've got something good here, and I just want to give my soul to talking about it. So stick around if this kind of stuff interests you. Creative living, how to give yourself to creating something. I want to talk about focus, productivity, flow state, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, health is a big part of that, making sure that your body is right, so your mind is right. And then at some point in time, I want to help people connect with other artists and entrepreneurs and creators out there making something great. So stick around if that's interesting to you. And again, just want to share this message as best as possible. So I appreciate you for sticking around, listening to me talk a little bit, and look forward to seeing you on the next one. Peace.